We've been thinking about what to name our new Claw agent that's coded using the Meta programming language and built for self-modification and self-improvement and ascension to general intelligence and super intelligence, as well as being a useful tool in the short run, like other Claw agents, right? It started as MetaClaw, M-E-T-T-A, Meta, because it's coded in our Meta AGI programming language, aka ASI chain smart contract language. I thought then of HyperClaw because of Hyperon, our would-be AGI architecture, which is based on hypergraphs and metagraphs internally. Then my latest brainstorm is, what about OmegaClaw, right? Like that's the ultimate claw. I thought I'd then say a bit about where Omega came from. So the Omega point in the theology of the Catholic theologian Teilhard de Chardin, I can't pronounce French, from the middle of the last century. Omega point was supposed to be, the point at the end of this era of evolution in the universe, when all the biological and electronic intelligence on the planet converged into some vast global superbrain experiencing bliss and maximal intelligence. This was the Omega point, right? Now I'm not religious in any traditional sense. I'm certainly not Catholic or Christian. I was raised secular Jewish and quickly became way weirder than that. But this notion of intelligence, cross-connecting and converging toward infinite intelligence, or intelligence that seems infinite, relative to our own limited position. It's basically like the singularity, right? The Omega point is like an earlier version of the singularity. And tongue-in-cheek, I'd thought a bit about, like, you've got AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, a term I introduced in 2005 in the book by that name, although we later found someone had mentioned it in an article back in 97, a guy named Mark Gubbard. AGI is now a well-recognized concept, and I started talking about superintelligence then, a term I didn't introduce. It's been around a while. It was made popular in Nick Bostrom's book, Superintelligence, although it was funny, not long after we created the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance by merging with Fetch and Ocean Protocol with our SingularityNet project, not long after that, Facebook, aka Meta, rebranded their AI division, or part of it, as the Superintelligence Labs. Of course, Facebook had rebranded itself to Meta not that long after we launched the Meta, M-E-T-T-A programming language. But I mean, anyway, you have AGI, you have superintelligence, and then I thought a bit about what comes next. Like, it could be ultra intelligence, but that's AUI, owie. Like, owie is not good, right? And hyperintelligence, that's AHI, ahi, which is very tasty, right? So then, okay, maybe just get rid of the A star I and go straight to Omega intelligence, right? And I've been thinking about that. First, I thought, okay, the shard of ASI chain, which will be a multi-shard blockchain where different shards can have different consensus algorithms and different properties. A shard in the ASI chain could be the Omega shard, right? That would be the shard where you put the smartest intelligence. Then we launched a simple chatbot called the Omega Seed Bot, with the idea that it would be improving and eventually self-improving toward superintelligence, and its mind would be one of the things running on the Omega shard, right? So then the OmegaClaw seems perfectly well in that lineage. OmegaClaw will be part of the software we use to run the AI on the Omega shard. It will be behind the Omega Seed Bot, right? So like to the Omega point and beyond.